Right. Just want to do a little bit of thievery. I have a task to get a drink. Find booze and drink it. The hangover feels really bad. You have to take the edge off, find a bottle of alcohol, put it in your hand, equip it in the health slot in your inventory, and the magic will happen on its own. Does this guy want to sell me some alcohol?
No, I'm not the bartender.
But you can still pour me a drink, right?
But I'm not. I'm the cafeteria manager, so I won't.
Okay, you're useless. You are useless. Kim Kitsuragi, a bespectable man, a bespectable man, I said it again, a bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. Well, I'm sorry I took an hour and 10 minutes. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blades are. What, like these? Shake his hand? Don't shake his hand. Well, you know, with Corona and all this, don't shake his hand.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Invent a name for yourself. It's a red check. 83, come on. Gotta try it. Nice. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there's still many to go. Say nothing.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied. You mean him? Nod towards the cafeteria manager? Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I don't like dead
Sure.
bodies.
But did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So the body is still in the tree,
Yes.
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police? I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. He points to your jacket. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. For now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying, he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things. Ah, you mean the Rat Squad. No need for derogatory terms, they are only doing their job. You said insignia, these white rectangles you mean. Point to your sleeve. Yes, but they're just white rectangles. They're not just white rectangles, they bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Rover West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. But shouldn't I have a badge or something? You mean that you don't have a badge? It was not on me when I woke up. Report your badge missing. Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. What if I told you I'm not really a police officer? Well, we all feel that way sometimes. There's no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. And then soon after, dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees. He concludes, but first we have to take it down. But I can't remember anything. He looks at you for a moment in silence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through much worse. Much worse. You need something for your headache. There is a general store nearby, but as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. What were we supposed to do again? Talk to the manager, then go out the back and take the body down. Let's roll. After you, officer. Alright, we've got, what's his name? Kitsuragi. Sidekick, tutorial agent. Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him. Find booze and drink it. Report your badge missing. You need to report your missing badge to the 41st precinct as soon as possible. The lieutenant said that you can use the radio in his motor car to call your station. Interview cafeteria manager. Ask him about it. Inspect the body, blah, 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 blah. Alright. Okay, can we talk to her again now?
Hello again, sweetie. I see you met up with your colleague.
She looks at the lieutenant. The lieutenant nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie? Who's Sweetie?
Why? You are, officer.
I'm no Sweetie, look at me.
You are a handsome man, officer, with your moustache and your chiseled jaw, and that silly dimple on your chin.
I don't want to talk about the dimple anymore.
I'm sorry if I was being overly familiar. I know we've only just met.
That does not look like that.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire on the spot. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. Yes, officer, you looked rather dazed, like a stunned fox, but surely things can't be that bad. I drank so hard, I forgot literally everything. Oh my, it takes a moment to process. You know where we are, right? We're dead, haunting each other, we're ghosts. Yeah, that one. Now, she tilts her head as she looks up at you with maternal solicitude. We are alive in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, and the Whirling itself is in the city of Riverhole. Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Riverhole. What kind of place is this? Her grey eyes widen. How would I even begin to tell you? Riverhole is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Riverhole is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am. There, the year is 51 and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead. She looks flustered, her hands smoothing out the creases in her blanket even as she attempts to reassure you. The fuck is this? The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. Beginning to suspect you might need to be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now. I can tell this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? We are governed by intelligent machines to perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. I think the intelligent machines. Oh no, nothing like that, dear. Riverhole is a zone of control, led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, certainly no machines. I don't know. Still looks like there's a lot of hustling going on. Maybe she's wrong. Also, I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed. It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got. If there's no government, how come there are cops? Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Riverhole, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged. What is the revolution you mentioned? A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. That was 42 years ago. What does that have to do with there not being any cops? It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. So how did I do? You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things, history and places, remembering reality in a word. It's very odd. A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook. But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what this world needs, and, while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much. Who could tell me more? Someone more educated in sweeping matters? Maybe you should ask. She turns to the lieutenant. No, he looks away. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective. Get a reality lowdown. Of course. She turns to you. Then I don't know. Someone rich maybe? Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central. How'd you like to roll with me? Seems a bit rude. Her eyes light up. Whatever you do mean. I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Sequence killers? Oh my. She sounds impressed. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie. Partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I know, but there are also side mysteries. Sequence killers and forays into the paranatural. I can assure you with absolute certainty there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez. Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. She turns to you. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Why? 3 heads are better than 2. Thank you, but she looks out the window wistfully. Martinez isn't the most wheelchair accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. Perhaps another time. You seem to be in a chair. Yes, dear. I am a paraplegic. Paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries like falling from a great height. Or a grenade explosion! A grenade. Did you fight in a war? No, dear, not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. Were you a tightrope walker? Nothing so extravagant, dear, though what young girl doesn't dream of soaring over a crowd? What did you do then? I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. I'm sorry it was rude of me to mention the wheelchair. Let's move on. That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. I've got to get going now.
Of course, dear.
Good luck with your case. She gives you a small wave.